Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into the latest, what's happening, what's popping tomorrow. There will be a preview for Chelsea versus Tottenham that will be dropping, so make sure you guys are going to be here for that. I will make sure I'll give you my full predictions and feelings going into that game on the back of the 2-2 draw against Aston Villa. Now, there's no review for this Champions League game that we're seeing today, at least not tonight. I might see what's going to happen in the second half and then maybe do a video early tomorrow about it. But this game, right now, Real Madrid beating Bayern Munich 1-0. And Toni Kroos. See, now that is a midfielder. Yeah, that is a baller. He is a baller. You know, when you can't even like speak correctly, like you got to exaggerate the accent. Like, I mean, because it's just that good, you know, like he is a baller, right? It's absolutely mad. But we'll see how this goes. Champions League semi-finals, it's all cooking up. It's all heating up. We'll see where it all ends. Now, before we get cracking, check this out. This video is brought to you and sponsored by Surfshark. Who are Surfshark? Well, Surfshark is a VPN. What's a VPN, you're probably going to ask. A VPN is a virtual private network. You connect to Surfshark and you get given all the security and all the perks that I have access to. And I'm here to help you guys get the same thing, to solve your problems that you're facing online. So, for me, I need absolute top quality online security, especially with what I do and me being on here. I need to make sure that all of my files, all of my data, all of my messages, all of my photos and videos are protected without any worry whatsoever. And Surfshark provides exactly that. Top of the range protection with all of your files and all of your data, and your online security is at its absolute peak. So there's that. And two, we are here because we watch football. Am I correct? You want to watch football. Have you ever come up with the issue of you're on a platform, you know you want to watch the game, you want to get access to certain matches, and then you find out you're in the wrong location. You can't access it. Well, Surfshark are here to solve that problem for you with a simple click of a button to change your location to one of the available worldwide locations that are on Surfshark. Tons of options to go through, loads of locations you can select, with bearing in mind whatever you want to connect to. You click that location, you connect, and all of a sudden you can watch whatever you want to watch. This is also applicable to platforms like Netflix. If you can't access the American Netflix, for example, you're based in the UK, you only have the UK Netflix, well, not a problem. I will connect to the United States and now I have access to the US Netflix. It's just one of the many examples that you can use and one of the many platforms that you can have access to based on changing your location with Surfshark. So just like that, especially with the football matches, those UK games where you can't watch at 3 p.m. on a Saturday because it's not televised in this country, not a problem. Change your location on Surfshark and get access to other platforms where you can't normally get it because of your location. So you can start watching football whenever you want, however you want, wherever you want, and also protect yourselves online with absolute peak security, and you get it with nothing to lose. Why do you get it with nothing to lose? Because I am here to give you guys an offer that you are not going to say no to. And why? Because it's easy. You get 3 extra months for free. For free. By using the code YTF. So make sure you hit the link in the description. Do not forget, secure your privacy with Surfshark. Enter your coupon code YTF for an extra 3 months for free. So don't forget, guys, hit that link in the description. Much appreciated. Enjoy. Thank you to Surfshark, and let's get on with the rest of the video. Much appreciated to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. So let's get into the Chelsea news. Let's see what's happening, what's popping, and it's starting off with a link. A link. I'll show you and then I'll tell you what I think. Here it is. Chelsea have internally discussed a move for Manchester City's Jack Grealish. That has come from Simon Phillips. Now, I don't want to come on here and tell you guys that I know if this is true or not, because I don't. But one thing I know for sure, whether you like Jack Grealish or you don't like Jack Grealish, because he does turn out to be like Marmite, you either love him or hate him, it's not happening. So we might as well just stop here and just move on to the next topic. It's not happening. Now, you might ask, why is it not happening? Well, it's not happening because it's a very easy concept to understand. How much is he making at Manchester City? What's his salary? 300k a week on the dot. He makes 15.6 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. Pounds. So that's 300k a week. Yeah, we ain't paying that. No chance. No chance. So whether you like him or not is basically not even a debate. We ain't paying him that salary. We're just not. So he's not going to come to Chelsea. Who would want to downgrade? At least if it was just in terms of level or club or project or where we are, where they are. But even money, we ain't paying that money. Some people are going to say, no, but we paid it for Sterling. We paid it for Sterling when his owners walked through the door and Todd Bowley was running things. And then later on, we brought in a salary cap. We started not looking at players that were established. We started looking at kids. Like, we started doing all of that madness. That came later. That came after we got Winstanley and Stewart, if you actually go and look. Any deals that were done before Winstanley and Stewart walked through the door, we were getting Koulibaly high wages, Sterling high wages, Enzo high wages. You get the gist. So when you're looking after these directors walk through the door, we just turn to children. There's no way this is happening. In the same way Osimhen won't happen. It just won't. It just won't. Now, unless, and I would love for Chelsea to prove me wrong, unless if Chelsea decide to start doing things normally, right? But you've got to ask the question, have we blown a budget? And I'll get to FFP in a little bit. I've got something to mention about that. So, now, about Grealish, as a player, I'll be honest. Personally, I wouldn't want Grealish just to try and get a Man City player through the door, basically. I wouldn't want that. I just think that he's not going to be of that level to fit that profile we need. He fits the profile we need in terms of age, his experience, what he's been through, his levels, Man City. I mean, yeah, great, fantastic. But I'll just reckon we'll probably sign another Sterling. I don't want another Sterling. At Man City, he is the backup dancer. I don't want to take Man City's backup dancer just because he's played for Man City. You know, Cole Palmer is a separate story. Cole Palmer is a young up-and-coming player that Man City decided to not really pay much attention to. And look what he's doing now. Grealish, he's a utility player. He's used here and there when Pep needs someone to fill in. When, you know, if it's not going to be the main starting 11 or someone's being rested or whatnot, yeah, Jack Grealish is there, not a problem. Considering they paid £100 million for someone to just take off the bench is quite something. But you get the gist. I think he would be okay. Don't get me wrong. I think he'd be okay. He wouldn't be crap. Jack Grealish is not a bad player, right? Let's put that out there. But for the profile he holds, I expect levels, you know, because Chelsea are screaming for that. I just know Grealish walks into this team and he won't be able to help solve our problems. On the pitch, he won't. He just can't. He might have an influence here and there, in the same way Sterling does sometimes here and there. It's not good enough. I just feel like Grealish will end up being a player of that bracket. So that's that. That's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And we move. Now, there's been a whole weird debate thing going on about Ruben Amorim, right? Let's get right into it. Ruben Amorim took a flight a few days ago from Portugal to London. And everyone was like, why? And then it started to come out that West Ham and Liverpool, specifically West Ham, were interested, but West Ham wanted to hold talks. So he flew into London and talks were held quickly. And then he got back on a plane and went back to Portugal, which he has now apologised for because apparently Sporting Lisbon fans are not very happy, even though they probably know he's leaving. But he said it was a bit unprofessional, shouldn't have happened, this, that and the other. Anyway, Pedro Sepulveda decided to come out and say this. The airplane that Ruben Amorim took on the 22nd of April was paid by Chelsea, meeting with members of the board And then goes on to say, Pochettino will probably leave Chelsea in the end of the season, deal with LFC collapse. The news about West Ham paying the flight is fake. Bizarre. West Ham Central have come out and said, so Chelsea paid for a man to have an interview with West Ham. I mean, this is my problem here. I don't believe what this guy has said. He came to talk to West Ham, and I think it's pretty clear. Because Chelsea have categorically denied, right? And here it is. Chelsea did not pay for a jet for Ruben Amorim and have not held talks with him. That's from Matt Law, right? Who's not in good relationships with Chelsea at the moment. As well as Fraser Fletcher, Ruben Amorim interview with West Ham has been confirmed by many sources. The reported secret meeting with Chelsea is wide off the mark. However, as previously reported, he is on the radar of Chelsea and open to a conversation. That makes sense. But West Ham sources were all coming out confirming and going, yeah, West Ham have spoken to him. So this one geezer trying to cause a stir, which he has, he got 1 million impressions on that tweet, so fair play to him. mission accomplished, is off the mark. And I don't believe Chelsea have spoken to Amorim. It's pretty common knowledge that he is of interest to Chelsea. So we'll see what happens in terms of getting a manager in, because we don't know how that's going to go. But West Ham are definitely the ones that managed to fly him in and get him to have a conversation. Also, you have to ask, let's just act logically here. Wouldn't you think it would be sensible for Chelsea to fly a private jet into Biggin Hill rather than Stansted? He flew into Stansted. Do you know how far Stansted is from Cobham? Or anywhere Chelsea related. It's not too bad for West Ham, because you're coming in from North London, you go straight into East London and you're there. But Cobham's in Surrey. You're going to have to cut across London or go around London. It's just not feasible. Fly into Biggin Hill and you're better. Or Farnborough. Farnborough has a private plane runway there. Come on, have a day off. Anyway, that's that. Now, talking about FFP. Let's jump into FFP. Here it is. 10 months after Chelsea's sale of 2 hotels to a sister company for 76.5 million was executed, it has still not been signed off as having fair market value by the Premier League. It leaves doubt if Chelsea passed PSR for the 22-23 season. Well. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Big trouble. Now, listen. With this, God knows. Absolutely God knows. There is a chance that Chelsea could be okay for PSR by the end of this year, the accounts for June 30th. But I think it does depend on a couple of player sales. And I don't know if this is going to be included or not. We'll see. But for me, what I reckon could happen is this will end up carrying over into next season. If we were to somehow get it over the line this season in terms of FFP, I reckon next season could be a problem anyway. No European football. I feel like this is going to catch up with us whether we like it or not. If it's this year or next year, it's going to get to us. And I feel like we will end up getting to a year where we're making losses. Big losses. Over the £105 million threshold that you're allowed. And then all of a sudden, we're in trouble. Whether it's this year or next year, I think it will happen. I think we've done too much financial damage for us to just avoid it. Unless if we were to somehow, get rid of, I don't know who, loads. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. Now, to wrap up, let's have a little giggle. Manchester United. Manchester United are playing badly, right? You could say almost as badly as Chelsea. Some would say the same as Chelsea. Some would say even worse than Chelsea, because Chelsea at least have things that you can understand as to why they are playing the way that they're playing, even though $1 billion's been spent. But we do have one of the youngest squads in the league, and you can understand that things are just not clicking, right? There is that people do look at and go, yeah, you can get it as to why Chelsea are playing the way that they're playing. United are meant to have a good balance of experience and youth. They're meant to have a manager that is meant to be getting them playing a certain way. They've got some good established players in their team that you'd think they could rely on in times of need. You'd think. But they're not playing well and they're not getting results. In fact, they are being embarrassed from time to time. Well, turns out Man United not only want to end up getting the same results as Chelsea right now, but they end up want to look like Chelsea too. Here it is. Manchester United's away shirt will be blue next season. Wow. Would you look at that? Manchester United have turned into Manchelsea United. Fantastic. I'm just saying. I don't think this is going to go down very well. Just saying. Man United with that shade of blue. Look at it. That shade of blue. That's like if Chelsea had a blue away kit. Sorry, a blue away kit. A red away kit. Have you ever seen Chelsea with a red away kit? All red. No chance. It will never happen. It can't happen. If it does happen, trust me, the club are going to pay. Fans will kick off. But, yeah, Chelsea clearly have inspired Man United and they want to look like us. Even in our dark times. Brilliant. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated on everything that I've discussed in this. Jack Grealish, would you not? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's not? Do you agree with me or not? Much appreciated. Ruben Amorim, your thoughts on Ruben Amorim as well. You know, would you take Ruben Amorim? Would you not? And do you think it's West Ham and West Ham? West Ham are actually acting ambitious. Apparently, they do want Thomas Tuchel as well. They've got Tuchel and Amorim that they're trying to line up. One of them. That's ambitious for West Ham. I got to say, fair play. Like, you guys are moving. Fair play. They clearly want to try and push themselves to the next level. Fair play to them. Absolute fair play. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will catch all of you tomorrow for, without question, the preview for Chelsea versus Tottenham. For me, it's basically a friendly in terms of the league, but it's Tottenham. So I'm not treating it like a friendly. I'm sorry. This is a must-win. I don't care. You could argue a draw is not the worst result in the world. It's Spurs and they are higher than us. But I'm sorry, it's Tottenham at the Bridge. There's no excuse. It's inexcusable. It's a must-win. It's Tottenham. So make sure you've got the preview here tomorrow, locked in and on your screens to watch. And I will see all of you then. Thank you all so much, people. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care and peace.